Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Kiger, and up here today with part 5 of the DVD and Blu Ray collection. Most of the stuff today is going to be all Tom and Jerry orientated, but there are some others thrown in here as well. It's the smallest of the shelf, so it's going to be probably the shortest part. I'm going to watch the No Mercy again, Survivor series tonight. I only managed to watch an hour last night because I put my son to bed, but unfortunately he was up during the night being sick and stuff. I don't think it was anything we fed him. I tried to contact the school to try and figure out what's going on there, or what they fed him, because obviously something hadn't agreed with him. And it certainly weren't what we were giving him, that's for sure. But nonetheless, guys, so I'm going to watch that tonight. Obviously, he'll be in bed a bit earlier, the weekend coming up. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump into it. First up, I'll get the Tom and Jerry stuff out of the way. I love Tom and Jerry. It's my all-time favourite, one of my all-time favourite cartoons. A lot of people say it's a TV show. It wasn't a TV show. So first up, we have the Tom and Jerry Classics, volumes 1 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now these have been released as in a standalone little box set as well, so you can buy it as the box set if you want to save on space. This is essentially all of the pretty much all of the classic Tom and Jerry cartoons. Now when I mean classics, I mean from basically the 30s, the 39 all the way through to the late 60s, early 70s. So originally Tom and Jerry was a shorts thing. They would be shown in theatres and things like that. And then obviously it weren't until I think the late 70s, maybe early 80s, it got done into a TV show. I think the original TV show was the Hanna-Barbera one, the Tom and Jerry cartoon show. And then obviously since then they've done other shorts, and then obviously Tom and Jerry Tales, Tom and Jerry Kids, and so forth, and movies and things. So there's a lot of Tom and Jerry, but this is, if you want the original classics, what I grew up with. I always thought it was a TV show, but it isn't a TV show. Much like Looney Tunes and that, originally these weren't TV shows, and that's why these older Tom and Jerry cartoons were able to get away with the violence and stuff, because they wouldn't have been shown on TV. These would have been shown on in theatres and things, and that's why you can get away with Tom and Jerry compilation discs. But this is a great 6 ones here. Each one's roughly about 177 minutes, 184 minutes. So most of them are just over or under 3 hours. So to what that. So nearly 20 hours. You could technically watch all of this in one day if you really wanted to. Roughly around about 18 hours worth of content just here, which is crazy. But these are great. I love the original Tom and Jerry. And then I am going for a Tom and Jerry collection, so even though I have got all of the originals, I do like to find other ones. Then obviously we had the Tom and Jerry movie, the original. I remember having this on VHS back in the day. It does say there's some special features on here, 2 vintage Tom and Jerry tunes, drawing Tom and Jerry, the Great Race Challenge, and the trailers and stuff like that. But I remember this back in the day. Obviously the whole caveat of this one was this is actually a region 1 release, so it's a US release, but the whole caveat for this film was, the whole thing was that obviously they talked you know, they had like voice actors and stuff. But actually, when you watch the old Tom and Jerry stuff, they actually would talk in some of the older cartoons as well. So not as much as they do in this film, obviously, but you know, it is a musical somewhat. It is a musical, but I love this film. It's childhood revisited. And much is the same with the Magic Ring. This was another special that they did. Does have some, again, vintage tunes on here, behind the scenes documentary, and some other stuff on here. This was only a 60-minute movie, but this was another one from my childhood. They don't talk in this one, unfortunately. I think the only Tom and Jerry since, you know, obviously the other one, they would have little talking things, but I think Tom and Jerry, the movie, is the only one where they have proper voice actors through the entire film. So yeah, Tom and Jerry the Magic Ring. And then we got Tom and Jerry meet Sherlock Holmes. I haven't seen any of the newer Tom and Jerry movies, so the only ones that I have seen in the movies are these two. So we got Sherlock Holmes. And then we have Tom and Jerry the Fast and the Furry. A sort of racing themed one, 72 minutes. Again, special features, make some noise, animations, veteran sound on, making cartoon sound effects. Then we got Tom and Jerry Santa's Little Helpers, which is, yeah, so basically this one is winter hits, including a special. So this one basically, because I did wonder why this one, you know, was coming up as a movie, but it does include a special on here, and then it includes a bunch of classic Christmas themed ones. So this one's a special and some extras. Then we got Tom and Jerry Cartoons Halloween Hijinks. This is one of the smaller compilations. Only includes 45 minutes worth of Halloween themed and Halloween themed ones on here. Although one of them, Two Shaped Pussycat, I wouldn't really say was Halloween themed. Maybe it's got that sort of Thanksgiving Halloween era. Tom and Jerry the Silver cartoon one. This one's really cool because the deluxe anniversary call, because it does have on the first disc it has 20 of the classic Tom and Jerry, you know, the traditional, you know, old ones, and then it actually has a special feature which sort of talks about Tom and Jerry throughout the years, and how obviously they went from being, you know, from different studios and different companies and different people working on them, like, you know, Hanna-Barbera, Chuck Jones, and so on. And then disc 2 is basically showing off pretty much the full length of the stuff that they talked about in the actual documentary. So obviously it showed like the full length of the Gene Anchor, Kelly Anchor Away thing, and then obviously, but this one's really cool because it actually shows some cartoons from some of like the Hanna-Barbera cartoons and some of the other ones that actually haven't had any physical releases on DVD. So not the full length stuff, but some. It's nice to see some of that stuff on there. And then we got Tom and Jerry. This is the Jerry version. I think these two, and I've got the Tom one. I think these two were originally part of a compilation with like 4 or they did like one with 4 and one with 10, so I think this is originally part of a compilation. This one has pretty much everything on here. Is all I'm trying to think. Yeah, so this one has all of the classic Tom and Jerry ones, so the original stuff. This one does have some of the originals and then a couple of Tom and Jerry Tales episodes on there. Tom and Jerry cartoon Summer Holiday, still sealed. Just includes 6 like beach themed Tom and Jerry holiday ones on here. Still sealed. To be honest, I don't know if I'm going to open this one because the stuff on here is only 40 minutes long and I've got them all anyway, but collection purposes. Pause for a Holiday, Again, just six, a bunch of Christmas, winter themed holiday episodes. Although it makes me laugh because this one says Tom and Jerry movie pause for a holiday, but it isn't actually a movie. It's not. It's just some episodes. So I don't know why it says movie on there. Tom and Jerry Trick or Treats. This one includes 22 Christmas themed ones on here. Halloween themed ones on here. But by the looks of it, stuff on here, I think these ones are actually again got some of the original ones on here and some of the Tom and Jerry Tales ones. So that is cool that you get some of the original old stuff and some of the new ones. Tom and Jerry World Champions, sport themed ones on here, 7 sport themed ones on here. Then we got the Tom and Jerry Tales collections. Tom and Jerry Tales Volume 1. I've seen a few Tom and Jerry Tales episodes, but I do have all of them here to check out. And I don't know if all 6 volumes do include every single episode. I'm not too sure. It doesn't say it's a complete series or anything. Tom and Jerry Tales Volume 2. Yeah, it just says on here 12 cartoons, 15 cartoons from the all-new TV series. Volume 3. And then we got Volume 4, over 90 minutes worth. So it makes me, it says over 90 minutes, but then on the back it says runtime 87 minutes. So make up your mind. Is it over 90 minutes or is it under 90 minutes? And then double pack with Tom and Jerry Tales Volume 5 and 6. Which comes as a double pack. Which is funny because this is the only one that actually comes as a double pack. So yeah. And like I said, I can't say that all 6 volumes is the complete series. It might be, it might not be. Maybe you'd have to look it up. But I assume it is if it's like the other one. Then we got Tom and Jerry Giant Adventure. I think it's based on the sort of Jack and the Beanstalk one on here. This one doesn't have any extra stuff on here. It's just a 55-minute film. There's no extra cartoons on that one. Tom and Jerry Blast Off to Mars does include a special feature experience step by step with making of Tom and Jerry. And then we got Tom and Jerry Back to Oz. This is really cool actually because it says it does have 4 different sing-alongs, but then it has the sepia tone version, which is pretty cool. So you have it in that sort of classic Wizard of Oz sepia tone, you know, which is like that. It's not black and white, it's sort of that weird brownish colour. And then we've got the Wizard of Oz one. Experience a feature length with the movie with Sepitone Opium and a learn how hot air balloon works, another tornadoes and stuff. So I don't know if this one includes a full-length sepia tone one or just the opening. Shiver Me Whiskers, which is still sealed, does include some Where Be They Now bonus ending and the animation process. So some of them do have some special features, which is nice. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and this one includes about 8 extra bonus cartoons on that one. And then last one is The Lost Dragon, which does include 4 bonus cartoons, which by the looks of it I think are Tom and Jerry Tales ones, which, yeah. So that's pretty much the whole Tom and Jerry collection. The rest I've got here are pretty much Blu-rays with the exception of this one. Fast and Fierce Death Race starring DMX. I still haven't seen this yet. I'm expecting this to be low budget, Fast and Furious-esque action movie. And then the rest here are some Blu-rays. First up we got The Zookeeper with Kevin James. I'm expecting it to be looks kind of like this is weird though because it says on here, I don't think it actually does, But I don't think it comes with it. But it says on here you apparently get a game demo of Ratchet and Clank All for One, which is really weird that they would give you a demo of a PlayStation 3 game with a Blu-ray. I don't know if that was meant to be in there or not, but that's really weird, that is. The Boat That Rocked. Nick Frost's in this film. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Looks like a comedy film. 60s pop music. Radio stuff. So, yeah, comedy. And I love my good comedies. The Great Wall with Matt Damon. I've not seen this film, but this is a great example of films that use both, you know, Western actors and, you know, Eastern actors. And I do like when they do have the mix of both. I prefer, you know, my martial art, kung fu, Chinese dramas, those sort of action films to be, you know, as they're intended. You know, in the native language with the actual proper actors. But sometimes it's nice to get a mix of both. Then we've got the Johnny English films, 1, 2 and 3. Johnny English Reborn and Johnny English Strikes Again. I've seen Johnny English a long time ago. I think I've seen Reborn. I haven't seen Strikes Again. These movies again, I'm going to be honest with you. Obviously, yeah, they are a play on the spy, you know, drama, action movies, obviously with comedy. I love Rowan Atkinson more, you know, as much as the next guy does. You know, I love that Rowan Atkinson, but obviously, yeah, they are kind of like, if you will, piss takes of like James Bond and stuff. But I think Austin Powers is my favourite of the piss take spy movie, if you will. I know Austin Powers isn't technically a spoof movie, but it kind of is. Resident Evil Extinction. I watched the first one not long ago. I think I've seen all of the Resident Evil movies, with maybe the exception of one of the animated ones. Haven't seen the Netflix show. I enjoyed them when I did watch them, but like I said, I'm gonna rewatch them, and you know, I watched the first one not long ago, a couple of days ago, and I thought it did not hold up to my memory. I still thought it was entertaining, but they don't live up too well. To be honest, I can't really complain because, much like the games, they went away from the horror and made it more action orientated. But obviously, we know Resident Evil has gone back to the horror now. Sharknado 2. Do you know what's crazy? These films are actually getting hard to find, especially I've got the first one on DVD, I've got the second one here. But like 3, 4, 5, and maybe there's 6, I don't know, but some of them are really hard to find now. I don't know why, but yeah. Then we've got My Soul to Take, Wes Craven movie, so it could be murdering, guessing, 17s, someone coming back for revenge. Looks pretty formulaic from the description, but it might be decent. Then we got Piranha 3D. What more do you want? You know, sexy women and men or whatever getting killed by killer piranhas. This includes both the 3D version and the 2D version. Yeah, I've heard that 3DD is still quite fun. Dirty Dancing, the 20th anniversary edition. It's an all-time classic romance movie, but do you know what makes me laugh? Like Family Guy did the joke about it. Like, she's meant to be like 14 years old, and he's got to be like in his mid-20s. So it's like, oh, when you think about it, you know what I mean? But it is a classic film. You know, this comes with a ton of special features. I mean, just like, I don't know if you can see that, but that whole list, that's all special features. It's a classic film. I don't know if it's got a 4K release. You'd think it would. Red Riding Hood alternative cut. I don't know. Yeah, it just says alternative cut includes a provocative alternative ending. So I don't know if this. Oh, it does. Yeah, it does include. It includes theatrical and alternative cut version. I've not seen this film, so I don't know what version's the best one. Then we've got The Signal, which by the looks of it, this looked like it's told in 3 parts by 3 visionary directors. So by the looks of it, by the sounds of it, this looked like a mix between like The Crazies, Pontypool, those sort of movies, I'm guessing. The Dictator, another one of the Sacha Baron Cohen movies, obviously where he's pretending to be someone else. I thought this one was still pretty funny. This is the extended cut, version, not seen in cinema. Includes both the theatrical and extended version. Let me know what version, when a film comes with multiple versions, what version do you prefer? I tend to watch the one that's obviously the director's cut or the uncut version. If I really enjoy a movie, then maybe I will watch multiple versions of it. But Red Cliff, 3 Kingdoms, One Fate. This movie is it's a long movie, but I don't know really, because some people say that they have to watch this in 2 parts, because it doesn't actually say how long it's on for. I can't seem 147 minutes, so just over nearly 2.5 hours long. This movie is obviously basically based on one of the battles in the whole Dynasty. So this is basically like Dynasty Warriors, the movie, but done right, if you will. But I did actually enjoy the Dynasty Warriors movie. Monkey Magic, the movie. Sun Wukong. I know that there's one monkey movie. I'm not sure if it's Monkey Magic, but there's one of them that's really weird, and he's playing like football and stuff. Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. This is the includes the alternative version and the cinema version. I've seen the first one. I haven't seen this one yet. I did enjoy the first one. 47 Ronin, another Keanu Reeves. Let me know your favourite Keanu Reeves movie. I've heard this movie's pretty good. Like a mix between action with fantasy, with Chinese or Japanese by the looks of it. Yeah. And we got Bodyguards and Assassin, Donnie Yen, of course, a legendary actor from the. I like Donnie Yen, of course. So it looks like it's going to be an action-orientated, heartfelt epic with fantastic fight scenes. What more can you want? Alien Abduction. I've heard this movie is just. I've not seen it, but I've heard this is quite generic and not that great. It's a found footage movie. Resident Evil, The Final Chapter. I want to say that I have seen this one, but I could be wrong. Again, these movies are just sort of, just sit along for the ride. Don't think too much into it. Just go along for the ride. The Hangover extended cut. Everyone raves about this movie. I watched it a while ago. I thought it was okay. I wouldn't say it was like amazing or anything. I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was one of the best films I'd ever watched. Some people say it's amazing. Anotherhood, I love this film. Kind of like another one of them sort of spoof movies, like on the old, gang movies that they did, like Brotherhood and stuff. But this film is hilarious. I love it. Dad's Army, I've not seen this film, but it's obviously got a bunch of well-known actors in here. Based on the old Dad's Army TV show, which is considered to be one of the best British comedies. Bruno, again, I actually like this film. It is very risque, if you will. Not going to be for everyone, but obviously, you know what you get yourself into with that sort of films. The Switch, Jennifer Aniston, Jason Bateman, another rom-com. Jennifer Aniston, let me know your favourite Jennifer Aniston role outside of Friends. Ghostbusters, this is the female cast one. I've not seen this one. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a huge Ghostbusters fan. I watched the first one for the first time like last year, and I mean, I know why it's so popular, but at the same time I was like, okay, it was decent, but I wouldn't go out of my way to say that I loved it and it was the best thing I'd ever watched. I mean, there are better films out there, but I mean, it is a classic and I know a lot of people love it. Doom is the HD DVD. I don't know if this will play in my 4K player. It might not. Yeah, HD DVD, that's a whole other story. The invention of lying with Ricky Gervais, the guy just invented the lie. In a world where everyone can only tell the truth. So that's kind of an interesting concept. Men in Black 3. I think I've seen this one. I could be wrong. The first one, I love the original Men in Black. You know, Vampires Suck. Another one of these spoof movies, obviously based on you know, vampires and stuff like that. So I'm expecting it to be low, terrible. And then last but not least, Michael McIntyre's Showtime. I do enjoy my stand-ups and stuff as well. But there we go, guys. There's part 5 of the Blu-ray and DVD collection. We're making progress. As always, feel free to leave a like. Let me know if there's anything here that you've seen and you want to think I should check out. But obviously, I'm going to go for a quick walk now, and then I'm probably going to come back and put my sort dinner out and that before I come up later on tonight. Watch the last an hour and 40 minutes of the Survivor series. And as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already, and join the family, and have a nice day. Take care, and bye-bye.